In this video, let us see the working of Zener diode. So what is Zener diode? So before understanding what is meant by a Zener diode, we need to know about the concept called as doping. So doping is nothing but adding impurities. So why we need to add impurities means in order to change the conductivity level. I mean to change poor conductor to good conductor. So changing a poor conductor to good conductor, we need doping. So simply doping is nothing but adding of impurities. So let us see what is meant by lightly doped and heavily doped. So let us go to the whiteboard. So first heavily doped, next is lightly doped. So let us consider for every 10 atoms, if I am adding one impurity, and here for every 100 atoms I am adding one impurity. So here the atoms can be either silicon or germanium. Same thing is applicable. The atom can be either silicon or germanium. Suppose this is our initial rule. For every 10 silicon or germanium atoms, if I am adding one impurity, suppose if my requirement is for 1000 atoms. So for 1000 atoms, how many impurities should I add? So here for every 10 atoms, 1. So this is simply 10 into 100 will give 1000. So this is also same thing, 1 into 100. So I need to add 100 impurities. Next, here also suppose if there are 1000 atoms present, then how many impurities should I add? 100 into 10 is something which gives 1000. So same 1 into 10. So there it will be 10. So this implies for every 1000 silicon or germanium atoms I am adding 100 impurities. Whereas here for every 1000 atoms I am adding only 10 impurities. So from this, what can you say? Doping is more in this point compared to this one. Why? Because if there are 100 impurities added, so obviously conductivity will be increased. So here there are only 10 impurities are present. So this is the main concept of doping. So doping is nothing but adding of impurities. Doping is nothing but adding impurities to change the conductivity level. This is very important. Adding impurities to change the conductivity level. So now let us go to that slide. See here, now what is meant by a Zener diode? So it is a diode which comes under special purpose. So here this is nothing but a special purpose diode. A special purpose diode which is heavily doped. So on the whiteboard, I hope you have understood this concept, like what is meant by heavily doped and what is meant by lightly doped. So let us see the first point. A diode which is designed with sufficient power dissipation capability and operates in breakdown region may be employed as a voltage reference or constant voltage source is called as Zener diode. So what is meant by breakdown region? See this. See, from the diode VI characteristics, what we know? From the diode PN diode VI characteristics. So suppose if I consider x and y axis, here I am considering the voltage which is forward voltage, here reverse voltage, here forward current, here it will be reverse current. Now if I plot forward bias characteristics, they look something. So suppose if I am considering a voltage which is 0.6, this is 0.7. So This is forward bias characteristic. So here I'm considering the diode as silicon diode. Now in the same manner, if I draw the reverse bias characteristics, so this looks something like this. So there exists a small amount of minority current which will be constant for certain amount of voltage, and when the point Vz is reached, it enters into the region called as breakdown. So here at this point is nothing but a breakdown point, or else Vz can be considered as breakdown voltage. So what is meant by breakdown voltage? At this point there exists a huge amount of current. If you see this, so this region can be considered as breakdown region. This is nothing but a breakdown region. Now the main application of Zener diode comes here. It starts working in this breakdown region only. Under reverse bias, in breakdown region, Zener diode will start functioning. So one of the main application of Zener diode is it can be used as a voltage regulator. Voltage regulator means if I want constant voltage at the output, I will make use of this Zener diode. Suppose if my requirement is 5 volt, or it can be 9 volt, 12 volt. This is nothing but a constant voltage that should be present at the output. So based on the requirement, I'll make use of it. Next, Zener diode. Second point, Zener diode is a heavily doped. I hope you know the concept of heavily doped. So Zener diode is heavily doped p-n junction diode, and its doping concentration is, see, this is the important thing, the doping concentration. For every 10 power 5 silicon or germanium atoms, I am adding 1 impurity. Next, Zener diode always operates in reverse biased breakdown region. So this is nothing but this region. This region is nothing but reverse biased breakdown region. So within this region only, in this region, Zener diode starts working. Next, schematic symbol, or else you can consider this as a symbol of Zener diode. So what I've told you, Zener diode comes under special purpose diode. Special purpose diode. In the same manner, there are other types of diodes also along with Zener diode. Next is photo diode, LED, light emitting diode. Fourth one is solar cell, and this is a symbol for Zener diode. So I hope you know the symbol of PN diode. PN diode is something which will look like nothing but P side, this is N side, whereas Zener diode symbol, just it will be in the form of Z. So this is a symbol of Zener diode. So here P stands for p-type material and n-type material. So suppose if I want to forward bias it, I need to connect p-type to positive, n-type to negative. Alright, so this positive is nothing but anode, negative is nothing but cathode. It's also represented as A and C. You know this point, Zener diode is heavily doped compared to p-n junction diode. As this is heavily doped, depletion region is very thin. So let us see this point now. See what you have understood in p-n diode, a p-type material, when it is clubbed with an n-type material, there exists a junction called as p-n junction, and next, because of charge gradient, there exists a depletion region. Now here you consider it as P plus and N plus. Plus indicates heavily doped. So here P is heavily doped and N is also heavily doped. Now let us see what are majority and minority carriers first. So if you consider P, the majority carriers in p-type are holes and minority carriers in p-type are electrons. Next, in n-type, the majority carriers in n-type are electrons and minority carriers in n-type are holes. So electron is something which is negative, hole is something which is positive. Here also same thing, hole is positive, electron is negative. You can see it here, majority carriers in p-type are holes, minority are electrons, and majority in n-type are electrons, minority are holes. Now the main application of Zener diode is it is used as a voltage regulator, and it will operate in reverse bias condition. Reverse bias condition means if this is a Zener diode, suppose if I consider this as P and this as N, in order to make it reverse bias, P should be connected to negative terminal and N to positive terminal, so that it will function as reverse bias. So that's what I did. P is connected to negative terminal, N is connected to positive terminal. First concentrate on majority carriers. See, the majority carriers in p-type are holes. So holes are something which are positive in nature. At the same time, the majority carriers in n-type are electrons which are negative. So when this positive is connected to negative terminal of the battery, they will move towards the battery, because positive and negative will be, there exists an attractive force between them. So attraction. In the same manner, negative and positive, so they move towards the positive terminal. So here blue color arrow indicates majority. Now let us change the color for minority. So minority in p-type are electrons, so it is negative. Minority in n-type are hole, which is positive. Now if you see, if this negative terminal is connected to this negative terminal, obviously they will be repelled. So negative and negative repel. In the same manner, positive and positive repel. So that's why minority which is positive and this positive, so there exists a repulsive force which moves towards the depletion region here also. So that's why you can see the arrow is towards the depletion region. So in that case, minority carriers will be close to this depletion region if you observe, and here they will be negative, whereas majority carriers will be present at the end. Suppose these are positive and here they are negative. So due to this positive and negative at the depletion region, there exists a field which is called as electric field, which will be from positive to negative. See here, from positive to negative there exists a field which is called as electric field. As Zener diode is heavily doped, there will be a small amount of charge gradient, because of which there exists a small amount of depletion region, which you can observe from this diagram. Next, so these are the ideal Zener diode characteristics. So these are almost equivalent to PN diode itself. So here I am considering the forward voltage. Here F stands for forward, so it is forward voltage. Here R stands for reverse, this is reverse voltage, and here IF stands for forward current, IR stands for reverse current. So there will be two types of currents if you observe. First one is diffusion current, next is drift current. Simple point to remember, if it is diffusion current is because of majority charge carriers, and drift current is because of minority charge carriers. Diffusion is because of diffusion of majority charge carriers from P to N, and the same concept, majority charge carriers if moves from N to P, there exists a current which is nothing but diffusion current. So if you see, the majority carriers in P type are holes, so holes, minority are electrons, and majority in N type are electrons, minority are holes. So because of charge gradient, from majority they'll move to minority end, and here same thing, majority to minority. Here this is nothing but p-type material, this is nothing but n-type material. So because of movement of this charge carriers, there exists a current. This current is called as diffusion current. And for drift we need to apply some external potential, which is nothing but biasing. So these are important terms. Bias is nothing but applying external potential. So these are the characteristics. Suppose I'll get forward bias characteristics here. Suppose if it is silicon diode, the characteristics will look something like this, and these are nothing but reverse bias characteristics, which are due to minority charge carriers, whereas forward bias characteristics are due to majority charge carriers. This is because of minority. And at this point, which is nothing but a Zener voltage, here Vz is nothing but Zener voltage. So if I apply voltage beyond this point, it enters into the region which is called as breakdown region. So in this region there exists a huge amount of current. So in this region, if I want to operate, I need to make use of Zener diode, whereas you can't make use of PN diode within this breakdown region. So if a diode wants to function within the breakdown region also, so the diode is nothing but a Zener diode. So the main application of Zener diode is it is used as a voltage regulator. See here, this is the action of Zener diode. I have considered some random example. So now let us analyze the working of Zener diode. Here R, here this R stands for limiting resistor. This R is called as a limiting resistor. So R is nothing but current limiting resistor, or else you can consider this one as series resistor also. Okay, and here I am making use of an ammeter in order to measure current, and you can consider this one as a voltmeter to measure voltage, which is nothing but output voltage. And this is nothing but a Zener diode. So Zener diode operates in a reverse bias region, So here for example, if I'm considering this as N type and this is P type, in order to make it reverse bias, this N should be connected to positive and P should be connected to negative. In that case it will be in reverse bias region, and within reverse bias also it operates only within breakdown region. Even though it is present in a reverse bias condition, the main operation of this Zener diode starts. The main operation of this Zener diode starts in breakdown region only. In breakdown region only it starts working. Whereas all the characteristics in forward bias until certain voltage of reverse bias are same as PN diode. So if you see this, within this forward bias region, the working of Zener diode is same as the normal diode. So you can consider the normal diode as PN diode for better understanding. So the working of Zener diode is same as normal diode within this forward bias characteristics. And till this point also, till this Vz also, the working of Zener diode is same as normal diode. And within this forward bias region, it will be in on condition, whereas till this voltage it will be in off. And once if it starts this Vz, means once if it reaches this Vz region, within this region the Zener diode will be on. So you try to understand this concept under forward bias case and till certain voltage of reverse bias case. The working is same as normal diode. Once if it enters into the breakdown region, that is at voltage Vz, the diode will be on. So in order to make it on, I need to operate it in reverse bias voltage, whereas the voltage across the Zener diode should be greater than this Vz. suppose if I am considering Vz as 6.2, the voltage that is present across this Zener diode should be more compared to this Vz. See here, there are two cases. If input is greater than 6.2 volt, for example I am considering Vz as 6.2 volt, so this is the minimum amount of voltage that is needed for the Zener diode to be in on state. So here input should be greater than 6.2 volt, or else you can consider this one as VTH also, which is nothing but voltage across Zener diode, or else this is nothing but Thevenin's voltage. So VTH can be found by using Thevenin's theorem. By using Thevenin's theorem you can find this. So when V input, I mean VTH, which is nothing but, so here you consider VI is nothing but voltage across Zener diode. So if that voltage is greater than 6.2 volt, it starts conducting, or else it won't conduct. See here, if V input is less than 6.2 volt, the diode does not conduct, whereas when V input is greater than 6.2 volt, the diode will conduct. Next, if diode is not conducting, it meaning that it is open circuited. So if it is open circuited, there is no current. So here there won't be any flow of current if input voltage is less than 6.2 volt. Here if you see, Zener diode wants a minimum of 6.2 volt. So as it is conducting, it requires a minimum voltage of 6.2 volt. And here, as it is not conducting, the diode voltage V output is same as input voltage. See here, current limiting resistor, as it is not conducting, simply I am open circuiting it. Okay, and suppose positive, negative, this is nothing but input voltage, this is nothing but output voltage. So if you see, this input is almost same as output. I mean output is almost equivalent to input, because as it is open circuited, this will look something like this. So here V output will be same as input voltage. See, you consider this as case number 1 and this as case number 2. Suppose in case number 1, if I am applying voltage Vi is something which is 7 volt. So what is the minimum voltage that is needed for Zener diode to function? It is 6.2 volt. So here I am applying 7, out of which Zener diode needs only 6.2 volt. So the remaining 0.8 volts is nothing but a drop. This is nothing but a voltage drop. This is nothing but a voltage drop which will be present across current limiting resistor R. So you can observe from here, 0.8 voltage appears across current limiting resistor. Now in case number 2, if I consider input as 8 volt, however, whatever may be the input voltage, the voltage that is needed for the Zener diode is fixed. It needs only 6.2 volt. So out of 8, it needs only 6.2 volt. So the remaining 1.8 volt will appear across the current limiting resistor. So here, from here you can see this. So this is the working case of Zener diode. So here you consider this as a current IR, and the current which is flowing through the Zener diode as IZ, and the current through the load, here this is nothing but a load resistor RL. The current which is flowing through it will be IL. So types of breakdowns. So generally there are two types of breakdowns. One is avalanche breakdown, next one is Zener breakdown.